Alrighty, so we have two ways to calculate our water saturation. The first is using spontaneous potential, where we take our spontaneous potential and we calculate the equivalent formation water resistivity using our bottom hole temperature, our spontaneous potential, and our mud filtrate resistivity. We then take that value and convert it to our formation water resistivity using another equation that involves bottom hole temperature. And with that, we can then use Archie's equation to calculate water saturation in the formation.
Okay, so the second method for calculating water saturation is using the Archie RWA method, which is using the apparent water resistivity. For this, we just assume that water saturation is 100% because we don't know the water salinity. So that simplifies the Archie equation to just the total rock resistivity, porosity, and the cementation factor. So then we can plug that in and get our RWA at any depth, and we can correlate it using ARP's equation to another depth. So then we have our apparent water resistivity at the depth we're looking for. We can plug that back into the water saturation, now knowing the RWA, and get the water saturation using Archie's equation.
Alright, so for the assumptions in 5 and 11, from our calculations we know that the formation water resistivity is low, so we're assuming that it's a brine. And our formation resistivity is high, so we're assuming there's a hydrocarbon content. And from that we have our water saturation is low. And so from that we know there's a high hydrocarbon content.
Going in.
My name is Drew Stoltzfus, and I'm going to explain some of the industry applications from LabSet. In industry, in formation, it's very important to be able to determine how much hydrocarbons are in the formation. And in this lab, there are multiple steps that were necessary to end up with a hydrocarbon value. The first step was to read log values from the log data that was given, or the logs that we created in TechLog. From these values and a temperature log, we can calculate the formation water resistivity, which is then used in Archie's equation to determine the water saturation of the fluid in the formation. The lower the water saturation, the higher the hydrocarbon content is, and this is important to determine in industry because this determines the value of the well.